Welcome back, everybody. Kenya Airways was established in 1977 following the breakup of East African Airways. The group has 39 aircraft in their fleet and reported about $1 billion in revenue last year. Mbuve Ngunze is the group managing director and CEO. My colleague Eleni Jokos sat down with him after the airline's first flight to its latest destination, Cape Town.
Kenya Airways goes to 54 destinations. In a very competitive environment, you're also undergoing a restructuring. But here we are in Cape Town, and you've just launched a new route. Why?
Why Cape Town? I think it's important to understand we've already been flying to Cape Town. We're doing that in partnership with Kulula today. We fly to Joburg 3 times a day, sometimes 4 times, and we've been code-sharing with Kulula. And Cape Town is actually one of the large flows into Nairobi, so it's almost a natural extension for us. So we decided to tag Nairobi through Livingstone, where we're already flying, onto Cape Town as a way to just add more capacity on that route.
Well, tell me a little bit about your strategy at the moment at Kenya Airways and the fact that we know that you're also embarking on layoffs. There's changes happening at the company. Where do you see Kenya Airways down the line?
So I guess I'll answer the first question. I'm focused on 3 things today. How do we get back? How do we reduce our losses? How do we get back to profitability? How do I make sure that our business model is absolutely competitive in this changing dynamic that's looking at where we fly to, what aircrafts we fly, and also who we partner with? And the third thing is how we finance our business, both short-term and long-term. So those are the things I'm focused on. And what is important for us today is, and you ask, where will we be 4 or 5 years from now? A leaner business, really focused on Africa, taking advantage of our Africa strength. 60% of our revenue is in Africa, growing the density of traffic in Africa.
60% of your revenue is in Africa, but if we look at your most recent results, I mean, you posted a loss over $250 million through March 2016. You're talking about reversing that loss.
Correct.
You've cut your fleet by 1/3. You are laying off around 600 people. How quickly do you think you can return to profitability?
I think there's steps to be taken. The first thing is the quality of our loss is going to change year on year. If you look at it, the half year, our operating loss reduced significantly, almost by $80 million at the half year to November. We haven't yet released our results for the full financial year 15-16. And that quality of loss is improving, that quality of results is improving. What really has impacted on us in the year, 3 things. We're borrowing more, exchange rate differences with the dollar strengthening against the Kenya shilling, which is our reporting currency. And the third thing, the last part of the hedges. We will come back to profitability in 12 to 18 months as we reorganize our business. We've cut capacity, but we're still flying the same routes that we are flying, so we're utilizing our assets more. We will fly this summer just about 2% less seat kilometers relative to the previous year, having reduced our wide-body capacity by 7 aircrafts.
Code sharing, using capacity effectively on the continent between airlines in Africa. That has been spoken about time and time again. It occurs every now and again between airlines, but not really to the extent that it should. Do you think that this is going to change? The conversation is going to change?
Today I sit as a chair of the African Airlines Association, and I tell you, it's one of those agendas we are trying to push to see much more cooperation across Africa. I am convinced we must cooperate more. I'm convinced that there is opportunity to work together. One of the big things that we were struggling with a lot is, particularly for airlines that are on the IATA list, was for other airlines also to be IOSA registered, which is from a safety point of view in order to be allowed for code share. And I think there's more opportunity now that we are working with our airlines to improve their safety record to be able to do code sharing. And there's more sense for cooperation today. Yes.
What perplexes me about traveling into the continent is that sometimes you really have to do a hop, skip and jump to get to where you need to be. Is that part of your vision, do you think, to offer direct flights?
I would like as much as possible to offer direct flights to places, and that's why you asked a question about partnering with other people and seeing whether you could code share, because clearly Africa is a huge continent, and we've got to make sure that we have the right partnerships, the right places where we have opportunities to work with other people to simplify the way you travel across Africa. But we've made differences over time.
What are your most exciting destinations at the moment on the continent where you're seeing non-stop activity?
I wouldn't say there's one particular area. I would say West Africa is looking interesting right now. Despite the commodity decline, the fact that we are out of the Ebola crisis, it's picked up. You know, Sierra Leone and Liberia improving. Nigeria is showing some bright sparks, which is good. The southern part of Africa, there's some ups and downs. I would like to do more traffic into South Africa, and that's why we are launching Cape Town today.
What does the African traveller want at the moment, and what can they afford?
It's a mixed bag. It depends on where people are traveling to. If I look at the hub of Nairobi, for example, multinationals are positioning themselves in Nairobi because of KQ connectivity. So what are they looking for? Frequency, ease of access to different markets that they're flying to. Price will probably not be necessarily right up there, but it will be part of that equation. So there's a whole mix that you're trying to address from a product offering. But you know the beautiful thing? Last year, our guests chose us as a leading airline in Africa. This year, we got the award in April for the first time in 24 years. And for the fourth year running, leading business class in Africa. That says something that we are doing the right thing to serve our guests.
Well, that does it for us here at the world's busiest airport. Don't forget to go to our Facebook page and our website to keep up with all of our stories and share your thoughts. I'm Zain Asher. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time in the marketplace.
FaceTime, in association with Dan Goatee.